So often we can approach prayer with our list of requests, things that we want God to do for us. And Jesus did tell his followers to ask God for the things that they were in need of. But really at the heart of prayer is this great invitation to know God, to be with him and to become more like him. Our desire as a church is to be a place, a people, a community where God is known. The Apostle Paul, when writing to Christians in Ephesus, he asked God that he would strengthen them with power through his Spirit in their inner being. He goes on to ask that they might be filled to the fullness of the measure of God. And then he adds that great line, now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we can ask or even imagine, according to his power at work in us. To him be glory in the church and in Christ Jesus through all generations. We want to be a church filled with people like you and me who know God, not just know about him. When you've spent time in the presence of God, receiving his love, being filled and strengthened by his Spirit, you pray differently, you think differently, you begin to see from a different perspective. And so at the start of these 2 weeks of prayer and fasting, before we rush in with our prayers and petitions, why not take some time to simply be with Jesus? Become more acquainted with who he is. You may want to just take some time to read some of those verses that I've read from Ephesians chapter 3 and ask God to fill you. And then don't rush off. Take time with him. Take time to think and meditate on those passages. Receive from God, worship and thank him for who he is. Let's not be a people that only seek God's presence or his gifts. Let's be a people that know and love his presence.